Go.
What's good, y'all? It's your gearhead, Mr. Logic, yo. What's going on, man? Make sure if this is your first time basically checking in, you hit that like and that subscribe button. As you already know, yo, let me introduce my lovely co-host on the side right here.
Hey, guys. It's your girl, Nate.
Hi. You mad? You...
Take two.
Oh, shit. All right. It's your boy, Sirs Down. You already know, in the back of the bus, like always. And you might have noticed something different, or you might not have. We'll talk about that later.
Hey, man, next time you got a smooth voice. I like that, man. It was like jazz talk.
Yeah, you know, just let me put it in your butt.
I didn't say all that.
What is it? NPR?
Big pause.
NPR.
Can you listen to NPR?
Nah.
So,
resume.
On that note, guys, we have a very special guest in the house, man. Brother from a different mother. This man right here is very dear to me, very close to me. Also got on my last nerves when he kept seeing me when I was in the hospital, but he never gave up, bringing me food and all types of shit. Saved my life. Please introduce yourself, sir.
Hello, I'm JMR the Beast. Welcome, y'all.
Okay, JMR the Beast. And as you know, this is one thing for sure, two things for certain. So, as we basically get off into tradition, you know how it is, yo. Ladies first. How was your day, love?
It could have been better. So, I am coming down with a cold, you guys. I'm getting better every day. You know, you can see I have a cough drop in my mouth.
Is that what that was?
Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. There's a fly in here that is just annoying. Jason, I told you to kill it.
It's literally only circling you. Like I'm sitting right next to you, and it's literally only flying around you.
And you're telling me to kill it like I got some superpowers.
Yeah.
And I thought I stunk.
Ah. Wow. I showered, just so you know. Can you say the same?
I did shower, but I didn't put on deodorant. So yes.
That kind of defeats the purpose.
Dude,
but continue about your day.
Let me tell you.
Hold on.
You hold on. I was in the middle of a sentence.
You have your choice when it comes to your turn. Go ahead.
Anyways, have you guys ever had that? You know, whenever you're falling asleep and you wake up for some reason and you realize, ew, I'm awake, and you just want to go back to sleep, and you go back to sleep. That was me. That was me yesterday. I was asleep practically all day. I slept every day. I slept all night, woke up, had some breakfast, and then I went back to sleep, and then I didn't wake up until 3. But I kept waking up, like, you know, every now and then. And every time I woke up, I was just like, oh.
Do you have Ebola?
No.
I mean, that's a lot of sleep.
I know.
Ebola.
That means you fighting some. Well, you know what? Let's give a shout out to Nate. The fact that she feels like shit and she's still here. I thank you for that, yo. You's a real trooper, yo. Respect. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be stuck in my room all day. So I was like, man, I'll go out and about.
Okay. Bet that. And you, sir, how was your day?
So as I was saying before, I was so rudely cut off.
All right, Miss Cornrows, let's go.
So yeah, the idea of taking a shower and then smearing more stuff on yourself that you have to clean off later is ludicrous. All right.
Wait a minute.
This is the
smear more stuff on you.
Yeah.
Nigga, it's called hygiene.
You don't use lotion, bro?
Like lotion.
I use lotion.
Fragrance.
Yeah.
If you want to use special deodorant, get the one that's fucking aluminum free, but
spray in case you don't want to smear it.
Yeah, thank you. Like my G.
Anywho, as I was
saying. So you don't like deodorant?
No.
Yo, you be smelling like some
No, I don't actually. I'm not actually very aromatic. Yeah, not really. You wouldn't.
That means you got a good diet then.
Like literally, unless you came up to my pit and took a whiff, you wouldn't be able to smell me if I was sitting next to you.
Okay. Hey, I'll take your word on it.
Reek, you know?
But you know what? Yeah. There are some dudes, y'all know who you are, where some of y'all listen, you didn't do it right. Go take another shower. We all have that one relative. Like, I don't know about you. I'm not going to say their name. That, you know how you walk in on people on the bathroom sometimes? Like, you just have to brush your teeth while they're taking a shower. I've literally have relatives in my family, the young ones, where I gone in the bathroom and I'm thinking they're taking a shower. And they're literally sitting on the side of the tub and letting the water go. And I don't know what angers me more.
Jason.
The fact that the water bill is going to be so fucking high, What is wrong with you? As a kid, I don't know about y'all. I love taking a shower.
Let me tell you.
That is
feel
bad
that.
habit.
I used to fake showers.
Yeah, so did I.
Really?
As a
I
kid?
didn't like. I don't know why I didn't as a kid because now I love being in the shower.
Yeah,
but, like,
same.
Shower
As a-
saved my
as a
ass from
kid,
getting beat. Except that one time my mom beat me naked. But
yeah, I've been
Yeah, that was a trick.
beaten
Right?
before.
That's a
that
trick.
shit's crazy. No, I mean, but like, look, bro. Let's ask this question:
How
many times you shower a day?
if you want me to be real with you,
Yeah.
I'm about 3 times a day.
3 times. What about you, Jay?
Depends on the day. 2
2 on average.
What
on
about you?
average.
Sometimes I'll shower twice a day, and then
Mhm.
sometimes I'll shower like once a day. But like I'm not as dirt. Like I don't have a
Yeah,
labor
you
job
don't
like
have
you.
my-
I ain't dirty. I only shower
No,
once.
but-
No,
No, but-
Jason works in
I
in
work in
yeah.
the garage. I'm
In a
sweaty.
garage, he's sweating all
No,
day.
like
Yeah.
definitely when I was working with Jason, I would shower twice a day.
You have no choice.
Yeah, but I spend most of my days at home. So unless I'm leaving the house, I only
Mhm.
shower once a day.
And for
Like,
those
yeah.
who don't understand why I say 3 times a day is, mind you, I shower in the morning, I go to work, I'm nasty, I come back, I'll shower, whether it's at the gym or at my house, put on my gym clothes, work out, and then I'll shower again.
Yeah.
Right.
And the reason being, I caught a ringworm when I was really young, and that will literally change your life. Like, it's gross.
Yeah.
And I caught one of the worst ones because I didn't get it here. I got it on my scalp.
Oh
So
no.
like I would have blisters and
Yeah.
shit, and people, being bullied in school, like, yo, Jay, I thought my 5 cents a day was gonna help you and your family.
Yo.
Like, yo, ruthless
Yeah.
shit.
Cold.
But on to the next, G. Like, how was your day, Josh?
It was chilling. It was chilling. I was
Yeah.
relaxing, editing. You feel
Okay.
me? Some slight
Um,
work.
Let them know what you do, man,
Yeah,
just in
yeah.
case. You know
So
what
I'm a
saying?
streamer on Twitch. You feel me? I play Fortnite and I play
Fortnite.
chess. Yeah. Fortnite and chess.
Hey,
yeah.
you know what? You heard of the streaming site Kick?
I know about Kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally Twitch, but not.
Yeah.
Shout out to Castro. Shout out to Hernandez. What's going on, y'all? Much love from the 1424, yo. Glad that y'all could join us. Make sure if this is your first time, you hit that like and subscribe button, baby.
I think we should look into it. I think it'd be
Yeah.
a good venture because Kick is starting to self-delete,
Yeah.
It's starting to go under.
So what
You
is
mean
what-
Twitch,
Twitch, yeah.
is starting to
Twitch.
go under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because they don't have a way to contain it and control it with all the bullshit going on right now. Because from what I understand in the article that I read,
Yeah.
there's a lot of talented people on Twitch, and they're losing out to these what they call e-girls. Literally just be sitting in a fucking puddle, like those little kiddie bath pools
Yeah,
and shit
it's
with a
the
baby.
hot tub streams.
And it's fucking crazy to me, like
Yeah.
how simple-minded society.
Yeah.
Because I think, at least me, as a dude who doesn't game, I respect those who really game, because that takes a lot of work to be able to play and to narrate it and to be detailed. So like as I watch the show,
Coming from the
at first I'll be
557.
real with you, I thought your shit was gonna be boring because I'm like, yo,
Yo, I would just
Oh,
like
was
to
that
give a
Danny?
shout out to Danny. He says that he used to work like in Connected Home way back when. You know what, Danny? We didn't work together, but
Yes, you
a
did.
lot of people. No, we didn't. I don't remember. A lot of people would talk about him though.
Yeah.
Danny
Danny was there with
Daniel
you.
Hernandez.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, he
What
he
do
was
you
there
mean?
with you.
Shout
Yeah.
out to the 557.
Back in
You already know how it
2018?
is.
557
Huh?
crew in the house, baby.
Thank you for
Yeah.
pulling up.
Yeah.
For how long though?
He went to Chase. He went
Yeah,
to Chase, and when you were,
broke out.
and then a little bit after you left, like a little bit after you left, he had left like probably 2-3 months before you did.
I don't hope I hope not to sound like a bigot when I say this is just an observation.
Mm.
Most banks are ran by
Oh,
Cubans.
thank you. You guys are gaslighting the fuck out of me. I never worked with her. Thank you.
You got it. You got it.
Hey,
You got it.
listen, we
Hey,
might have been wrong.
Respectfully.
Why you
you
gotta
were
be so-
wrong. Why you trying to gaslight me?
Why you making a fist?
A lot of
Hey,
Cubans.
You would hit me, wouldn't you?
A lot of Cubans. at
I
Chase.
wouldn't hit you.
Yo,
lot of-
yeah, you saw that, right?
You
You
feel
feel
me?
me? And it was only to you.
How
To
she-
you,
yeah,
she
she's like,
respects me.
I wouldn't
feel
hit
me?
you. She's like, I'll hit this nigga. He ain't gonna do nothing about it.
Oh God.
No, but yeah, the peeps at the
Message.
the peeps in the department would talk about a lot about you, Danny.
Well, that being said, to continue, so
Yeah.
as I was saying with Josh, when he does basically his Twitch, I honestly thought it was gonna be boring because
Yeah.
I'm not into video game. But what I like about his Twitch is like, yo, that nigga gets you involved. Yo, you kind of feel like I can see why people engage in it. Because even though I'm not playing the game physically, It's like, yo, it's like we're on a quest together. The only thing I don't truly understand is like, yo, I see you, boy, you got lightning hands. Like,
Yes,
nigga built a
sir.
house.
I am ass, bro. I am
And
ass.
if that's you being ass, then I'm garbage.
I'm ass. But the thing is, since the last time you saw, I actually
Mhm.
upgraded it. So I have like little challenges. So if I lose a game, I
Mhm.
spin my wheel, right? And
Let them know about that.
yeah, I spin my wheel, and then I have to do like a punishment. So it could be 10 push-ups, 5 push-ups, 30-second planks. But when I play chess, I like it a lot better because
Mhm.
if you beat me 3 times in a row, you add something to my wheel, right?
Oh, okay.
So essentially, somebody put 10 burpees, somebody put 10 rainbows, somebody told me do a plie squat with a basketball over my head, like, and I could literally
so
get that.
You make it entertaining.
Yeah.
I could fucks with that. I could definitely fucks with that.
Yeah.
So, like, let me ask you this. Cause I really want, our viewers to get a chance. State your business besides your stream. Like, what are you about, dog? Like, what are some of your interests and what is it, your goals? Like, what makes you tick? I want, our viewers to understand that.
I do a lot of things, man. I'm a nerd when it comes to tech. So,
All right.
Yeah, he walked in here and he said, "Ooh, black magic."
yeah, I
I'm
like
like,
cameras. Yeah, I like the Black Magic cameras. You feel me? They're dope.
I was a Haitian. That sounds like voodoo, but continue.
Well, you're shooting with voodoo
Black
then. Oh
magic.
God, you feel me? Respectfully.
Yeah, man.
I like
shout out to Viry. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name
Castro. We go by last
wrong. Yeah,
name.
Castro.
Dayland
What-
Dogs, baby.
Dayland Dogs, baby.
What's up, V? What's up? What's up? What's up?
going on?
Chalion.
What's up? What's
But
up?
yeah.
What's up? What's up?
So yeah, I like tech. I like making music as well.
Yeah.
I'm a little nerd. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's crazy. We all make music
Yeah.
here.
What kind of music you make?
It's whatever I feel, bro. Like
Yeah.
music has no boundaries, bro. I can show you some of my
I
stuff.
feel you, bro. I mean,
Okay.
shit. If you
I
want
heard some of
to,
your
man.
stuff too. You feel
Oh,
me?
you did?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
You feel me?
So here's a funny thing. I was talking to Astro Mikey. Shout out to Astro Mikey.
What's up,
Yo, it was
Astro?
nothing but love from the team
Oh,
over here.
God.
So I was like, yo, when we gonna do a song together? So we got
Ooh.
DeAndre, who's my producer.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'll say, man, we basically have fun with it, and you know what I'm saying. We run it. Sorry for that confusion, y'all. And we make a track just to say we did it. You know what I'm saying? I think we
yeah.
all full of talent. Nate,
No.
even though you don't rap, you play instruments. So therefore, I can get you with DeAndre. You can make a little melody right now. We chop it up. I think it's a good effort. We should have fun with it, bro.
Okay,
We're
fine.
here for a good time, not a long time.
You
feel
know,
me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What?
I thought of you saying
you were here for a good time, not a long time. You know why?
Oh, I thought you were like, you right. You right. You know what? And for those who don't know, let's show a little love to Ben on the camera real quick, man. The man made a drastic decision to cut his hair. I was laughing at it earlier because it was like a night and day change, but I gotta say, I like it, homie. Looks good on you, cuz. Let them know what the work's looking like. There we go.
No, I mean, because I had to come to terms with my locks weren't coming out the way that I wanted them to. They didn't have the thickness that I wanted them. I thought they were too slim. So they were too slim and they weren't locking up in the way that I wanted. Yeah, for a Canon event after the haircut, for real. Like they were like my dreads when pulled, they were like reach my chin, and
That's what I'm saying. You have
No.
really long hair.
no, yeah,
And you took care of it, because I met with a lot of dudes who done like
yeah,
twist ups.
yeah.
And brother, some of these people, their hair smells.
No,
like
yeah, I washed
burnt
it.
Black and Mild and liquor,
No, see,
like horrible.
I
like, ugh.
washed it, as consistently as I could.
Mhm.
I never really did the deep clean though with the apple cider and stuff like that.
You think that works?
Yeah, it does.
It works.
It
I
definitely
mean,
does.
I feel like it works if you had your locks in for like years and like there's
Mm.
like a lot of dirt build up. Me, honestly, I only had my locks for like what, maybe like 9 months.
Yeah,
at
but you
most.
kept it clean too.
Yeah. No, because like literally what I would do, I remember once, like I remember once my hair looked like it was a bit redder than usual, right? And I thought that was weird because like
Oh yeah, you told me
Yeah.
about that, and I asked you, did you change your hair
yeah,
color?
and I was like, no. And I remember I went home and I took a shower and I just wrang my hair out, and it went back to its regular color. And I was like, damn.
That's so.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
your genes are kicking in. Your
Yeah,
ancestors is
so
like,
you're like,
yeah.
But and so I have to get used to looking at myself, with shorter hair now. It's really a change, and I can't cover up my forehead anymore with my hair.
Unas trencitas.
Hey,
Bro, you don't even have a big ass forehead.
You got half.
Realistically, you don't. I think. You see. Now
Hey,
you
no,
cut
but you got
Rug,
small
and-
hands.
and when he cut
You
Rug
feel
on
me?
your ass, that's what's gonna
You
happen.
see, it's a 4. It's a 4.
I just have a lot on my mind, you know.
Oh shit.
I've been thinking.
Hey, listen. At least you got hair, bro. I ain't going front.
No, I mean, but the
I
thing,
miss mine.
I feel that, but the thing is once my hair starts to go, I'm not going to keep it. Like once my hairline starts to
If
recede,
it starts to go.
because my mom still has her hair, so yeah. But like, if my hairline starts to recede, I'm gonna look at my dad.
You're gonna
I'm
embrace
going
it.
my dad's. Yeah, I'm gonna look like my father. Just cut my hair.
I mean, I don't think you would look bad with a bald head.
No, I don't think so. I'll just have to grow out my facial hair.
Now,
Yeah.
however, there are some people who got awkward shaped heads,
Yeah.
and it's just like, damn,
Yeah, I have a
it's not a good look.
I have a head that would look good in like a Spider-Man costume. You know what I'm saying?
Let's pause on that.
Okay.
No, because like
Like, I'm just saying, I got a good head that would look good in the spider.
it wouldn't be shaped weird. You know what I'm saying? You know.
What
I have a
about
nice
outside
like,
it though?
smooth.
All right,
Let's go. Let's
Smooth
go.
back.
let's go. So,
Ben
as you-
wishes he was Yakub.
I don't know who Yakub is. Explain.
I don't know who that is. I thought the
Oh.
word was funny.
Oh,
Yeah, let's Google what Yakub is.
yes, please. Before we start laughing at something that
I just thought it was a funny word.
We all laugh. Ha, ha, ha. Does anyone know who Yakub is?
Ho, ho,
No.
ho, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah,
Hee, 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 hee.
Yakub.
I'm joking with you. Why are you being so critical with me?
Oh,
I didn't
It-
say nothing.
Yakub
It's the
was
way
a
you're
black
looking at me.
scientist who lived 6,600 years ago.
So he's an originator.
Oh wow, I know.
Wait.
Okay,
Is it like the brain?
I know who he. Yeah, I know who that is. I know who that is.
That's nuts.
Yakub. I know. Yeah, okay. I know who Yakub is. I couldn't piece the name and the thing, but
That was
that's
funny as fuck.
it's mean.
I need some glasses for you, fam.
But I am Yakub. Hold on. Let me.
All right,
Let's pull up the image of Yakub.
see if we can pull it up.
Bro,
Oh, we
I'm
got a treat for you guys, man. We really do. We definitely got a treat. Oh, and also, I do want to basically send our prayers out to our one and O's Lewis right now, who couldn't be here. Because he can't be here, he's going through a little bit of mishap, some family ordeal. So just to keep us, keep him in our hearts and say a prayer for him and wish him the best of luck with what he's dealing with. Much love from the 1424. But on the other hand, we got the myth, the legend, the one and only, the true mentor, the one who wants to see you succeed no matter what. Mr. Burt in the house. Can we show your face, cuz? Can we show this
No,
sexiness?
Jason was about to mispronounce his name just like I did earlier. I heard him stop himself.
It's a force I have, but
Oliva.
Oliva. And I want
Not
to
Olivia.
let me tell you something. This man right here is one sexy he bitch, man. Let me. Oh, he's setting. No, he about to
Yeah,
show you
the
what he
bite
look
on
like.
everything.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
putting
a
it
dude.
on.
I ain't gonna front. He be making me feel like I gotta step my game up, dog. Hold on, you about to see what this man look like right now. Wait to see that.
That's thug speak for he makes.
There you go. Flexing them gut. Boy, I hope you got a permit for them things, man. Them shits don't look legal.
Yeah.
Hold on, is this what they said you look
Yeah,
like?
yeah.
Yakub.
That's crazy, bro.
This is Yakub.
Bro, that's crazy, bro.
Yo, straight up, dog. You're
That's
wrong
crazy.
for that one,
Oh
dog.
my god.
Yakub.
We got heat for niggas like
Oh
you.
my
Yakub.
God.
For real. For real.
Hyperborean space stoners.
Oh,
Rise.
God.
Watch this. Look at the camera.
Uh-huh.
Before.
Oh, after. Oh my
Oh
god.
my God. Boy, cutting rug. All right.
Snap.
So as we get into it, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
this one is gonna be a question. As you know, we choose topics for us. So this first one is gonna be blue pill versus red pill. The difference between these pills, I will explain now. It comes down to a choice. If you take the red pill, you automatically go to the age 45 with $50 million in your account, right? If you take the blue pill, you go back to the age of 10, but with all the knowledge that you have. So one by one, I want to know why you would choose and why. We'll start with you. What would you do, Nate?
I would go back to the age of, what was it? 10?
10 with all the knowledge that you have gotten
Yeah.
up to this point.
I would do that one.
Why?
Oh my God, did I just get it?
I think you did.
Did I? Oh, I got it.
There you go.
Guys, I don't know if you, thank you, Bert, thank you.
Also,
I have been wrestling this mosquito
Mind you, do you want me to talk about the pros and cons, or you want me to say it after before?
Say it after.
Say it after. Okay.
Okay.
So,
So
you're choosing the blue pill.
yes, I am.
Okay.
I am aware of the pros and cons, to
Are you now?
I'm somewhat, I realize that I will still have all of like my traumas and my past experiences,
Will you?
some of my wisdoms like at the age of 10, and being a child with that mindset, I can only assume can have such an impact on me, but I would rather deal with the consequences of having like knowing what I know now at 10 than being a 25-year-old stuck in the body of a 45-year-old
Mentally,
or
because
20 or 24-year-old. Yeah,
essentially you would have. So the
Yeah.
money is not worth it to you. So
the
you
money
rather,
is not worth it to me because who's to say that my parents are still alive?
I'm happy
even
that you
if
brought that up.
even if I have a family, like I'm not gonna watch my family grow up.
You're skipping out.
Like if
you're
I have a
missing.
child this year or next year, like they're gonna be almost grown up already. Like I'm not gonna see.
So-
you know what?
steps.
You know what it's like, that movie with Adam Sandler,
Click.
Remember,
Oh,
it would be something
yeah.
similar to that. I
So
would
you're
imagine.
saying that if we were to skip ahead, we wouldn't have
Like you don't experience none of that. You're just at the age 45,
Yeah,
and you have $50 million in your account.
but I'm also in touch with my inner child now. I'll sure as hell have fun again.
Okay,
So-
your answer is blue,
Yeah.
and you're okay with that. What would
Yeah.
yours be, Ben?
honestly, I would lay it out like this.
Mm.
If I were to go back to the age of 10 with all I know now, I'm gonna be completely honest, it wouldn't matter, right? Because
It wouldn't matter in the sense of choosing either or it wouldn't matter going back to the age of 10.
It wouldn't matter going back to the age of 10 and having the knowledge you have now. I say because it's like when people think of it, they think to themselves, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna change this. This is gonna be different.
I'm gonna get Google.
Yeah, right?
I'm
I
gonna
wouldn't
be million,
change
I'm gonna have
anything.
millions.
Like for you think that you'll be able to do it, right? But like if you didn't know how to do it before you went back to being 10, ain't no way you're gonna figure it out then, right? So like let's say if
but you would know lottery numbers and shit.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
you're gonna remember the lottery numbers. You're gonna remember them.
And I would
Hey.
Google them,
Hey,
and then
hey,
I
I'm-
forget.
Championship games.
Yeah, I
I mean,
remember
you know what I'm saying?
when
Who
the
won the
Cavs-
Super Bowl and shit like
Here's
that.
the thing, right? If you're 10, right?
Uh-huh.
You're 10.
Yeah.
And imagine the championship game because like that idea was explored in Back to the Future, like that.
Mhm.
The almanac.
Yeah, the almanac when Buzz, when not Buzz, what was his name?
Marty,
No, the Butch, some shit.
Buzz.
Yeah, when he went back to get to the future to get the almanac, he went
Mhm.
back to get rich. That's how he was rich in 2015.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're like 10 or whatever, or you're like even 15, you're not gonna be able to go and bet, right? If I go back in time, the shit that was happening when I was a kid up until like 17 or 18, I wouldn't be able to you wouldn't be able to capitalize on that. You know?
but you could go for Bitcoin, and you get what I'm saying.
like,
So there's always
right,
a
like,
means to get
So
that.
you could be like this, right? Oh, you imagine trying to convince your parent to buy into fake money, right?
Okay.
You're
Fair
you're
enough.
12, Bitcoin pops
Fair
off.
enough.
Mom, Dad, have you heard of Bitcoin? This is
Hold
gonna
on. At the end of the day, destiny always arrives.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
On
And
top of
then-
that as well, because like there are some things
Uh-huh.
that you just will not be able to avoid, right? There are some things that are that were completely out of your control then, back then, and they'll be
Mhm.
completely out of your control now,
Yeah, you
right?
can't really fight
Let-
fate.
let's
Daniel Hernandez says at age 10 knowledge I would have, and then a street is 97.
How do you say this?
I'll go back in time and put all my money into Amazon stocks. It's still around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, it's like
Did she get
you
it
would have to
again?
think realistically. How is a 10 like no one's gonna listen to you as a kid? How's
Well,
a 10-year-old gonna be able to
what-
convince them, right?
I
Like
think what they're saying is like
Yeah.
because you have all the knowledge you have
Yeah.
now, right? You don't need your parents' consent. You know what business would thrive. Like you could take. It's like
No, but-
imagine you could make.
Dude, you'd have to wait like 8
YouTube-
years though.
But what
for
I'm
people to take you
saying is
serious.
like YouTube,
Yeah.
right? You would be able to go on YouTube and steal other people's
Yeah,
shit
but-
and act as if it was yours.
But
Like
at
the
what
movie Hot
cost,
Tub.
though?
yeah, like but here's the thing. Here's the thing. The thing with that is if you go and steal what was meant to be theirs,
You're altering in.
like not only are you
reality.
altering that,
Exactly.
but you're then you would then have to become that person, right?
Mm.
And if that's not like there's a movie where a guy he went back in time and he wrote the Beatles music for them, right? I never
Yeah.
watched the movie, but that was the premise. He
Okay.
went back in time, he took the Beatles music. I didn't watch the movie, so I'm thinking of it like this. You're not the Beatles. You didn't You don't have the thought process they had when they made the music. You just remember the lyrics and you put it out there and you got popular as a result. But then you are robbing history of, the experience of the Beatles, right? If you went back in time and did something that you weren't meant to have, then you're robbing that timeline of the person that was supposed to have it, right? Because imagine YouTube came out in 2005, right?
Yeah, but you're alternate your reality regardless. So
No, yeah, true. YouTube came out in 2005, right? And if I went back to when I was 10, that was
damn.
Like those 2009,
that's
2010.
2009. So I already missed out on YouTube. I already missed out on I can't do Bitcoin, right? I can't do stocks. No, I mean you could, but you can't, because who are you going to convince? Like, who are you really going to be able to convince to put money into stocks when you're a kid, right? Unless you use your knowledge of future events to be like, you don't believe me that I have things of the future, then this is going to happen on this day, yada, yada. And it happens, right? But then you won't be like, but then your life will become sensationalized. And so then you won't be able to live a quiet life anyway. If you try to
be purposeful, meaningful,
like,
it'd be basically
you're just trying to get the one up, and then you don't even get the life you're meant to live. And on top of that, I don't honestly believe that if someone went back in time to when they were 10, they would hold on to the idea that, oh, everything's going to be different. Like, bro, because it's not like every day you're going to be looking to change something, because at some point you're just going to have to live your life straight up. And then you'll just remember, oh, this thing happened, maybe I can change it. But sometimes you can't, right? So and on the other side of like being 45 and having the 50 mil, and if you don't have any memories of your life that you lived up until that point, and you're saying like you could lose like your family member and you don't remember when you lost them or whatever, and that's super important, like, and missing out on like chunks of your life, and I get that could really fuck with somebody. But honestly,
so your choice would just be the blue.
I don't know.
No, wait. The red is probably sounds like, well,
no, red, you move ahead. Blue, you go back to 10. So you essentially would choose the blue.
I mean, I honestly, here's the thing. I would look at it like this: which one would have the best outcome overall, right? Because if you take the blue, you would just be living your life on repeat. All the fucked up shit that happened to you, right? All the stuff and all that would just re-happen to you unless you remember to change it. And if you did the 45, then you would just miss out on all the stuff in between. But then, hey, you have a severance package of $50 million. So I'd probably go with the red.
You would go with the red.
I'd probably go with the red.
What about you, Josh?
All right,
you choosing red or blue, and why?
All right, cool. So I'm gonna choose the blue, right?
Okay.
But,
so you're gonna go back.
I'm gonna go back. And the thing is, I get what Ben's saying, right? For me, the first 6 years of my life, you feel me, I will spend with my family. You feel me? Because I know, for instance, right now, I find family most important. So like what my great grandmother died when I was 16, on my 16th, well, a week before my 16th birthday. Her funeral was a day
Condolences.
after. Yeah. So I would spend a lot of time with her, right? And for me, that's what I would do. And then I would make all my major moves from 16 on, because I was able to make those plays.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the reason why. And then also, like, I don't know, I got hit by a car September 11th, 2011.
You almost died, bro.
Yeah, I probably still get hit by that car.
No, but you're still going to, like,
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wrong.
because essentially, if you want to have a normal life, you have to follow suit with everything that happened.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're gonna alternately change your reality
Yeah.
if you don't follow suit.
Do you think that if you did go back and you didn't get hit by the car, would your life be completely different?
That
Or would
changed. I was an asshole. You feel me?
Elias says,
I
to
was
be
a-
honest, I would go back and I wouldn't change a thing.
That's valid.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
valid.
My man is super sentimental. You feel me?
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I would go back and I would make plays to where I'm financially stable
Okay.
and where I don't have to worry about nothing. And I'll be able to have that crib with my whole family and just be in the boonies. You feel me? Bet on the Cavs, beat the Golden State Warriors 3-1.
Ah,
that
shit.
the
nigga.
that the Patriots down 21 points and win against the the Falcons. Yeah, I would do
I
that,
can
and I'll be
respect
out the way. You feel me? And then I'll be able to chill with my people throughout my whole life.
Okay. Before I make my choice, I would like to go a little bit in detail and let me know if you guys agree, right? So for most of y'all, all three of you guys said you would go back, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion, if you were to go back, it's like all the pain and suffering that you went through to this point would almost be for nothing. That's something that you have to take into account because you're going back, right? And as you do go back, you know you're gonna have to relive certain experiences, like saying goodbye to your grandmother, saying goodbye to your uncle, saying goodbye to your friend, your homeboy. You were basically, it's a lot of trauma that you're going to have to endure a second time. And I think it would be worse because you know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is my last day with them.
Yeah, like you know that you can't change that.
You know what I'm saying? But aren't you ready now?
Well, this is why I get into that, because for some of us, none of us really said goodbye to certain individuals. No matter how ready you thought you were, it still cut harder than anything, because it's like for some individual who lost their mom, you can't prepare yourself to do that the first time, never mind the second time. You know what I'm saying? So to take that into account, and then also going back 10 years with the knowledge that you have, well, who's to say you wouldn't fucking go crazy? Yeah, like a lot of us would go fucking insane because, mind you, you're 10 years old, but you know about 9/11. You know so much chaos coming, and the fact that you can't say anything about it, because if you say something about it, it's gonna disrupt reality. What would be, I think going back would be a tease. That's just my opinion. And then now, as far as going forward, the way I look at it is like, well, now you're taking a big gamble because you're not able to live. Let's just say you go only live to 44 and you wake up, you're dead in the grave, like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people, oh, but you got 50 million in the bank. Well, money, as we know, inflation changes. That 50 million might not be worth shit, especially as we go into a digital currency world. So who's to say is that going to be worth 50 million? Then you have to look at, what about if you don't get to say goodbye to that one person who meant the most to you? You bypass that, you skip that. You get what I'm saying? And then because you move so far ahead, you'll be young-hearted, but in a tougher situation because you haven't been able to reach the maturity that you were supposed to naturally. So really, it's a double-edged knife where you're killing yourself either way. Me personally, when I truly think about it, I would rather the red pill, even though I hate the color red, versus the blue pill. And the reason why I would rather the red pill.
Okay, you didn't have to say you hate red.
No.
Out of pocket.
Yeah, it's not out of pocket.
Whatever you use.
That's just an expression of how I feel. I don't like the color red.
Okay.
Because most people would think I would just choose blue because my dislike to red. That's why I said that. That being said, if I take the red pill, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I'm always working towards security towards my family. You know what I'm saying? And I look at it like, yeah, it's a big price to pay. God willing that, my mother's still around, my siblings, like everyone who's important to me is still around. It would just be easier to adjust in the sense of adapt to figure out what's going on and to catch up than versus to go back to the age of 10. I feel like you would just naturally go out your fucking mind to know a big storm's coming and there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and if you do, you're going to change reality versus me moving up and taking the red pill. There's no way I could fuck up reality.
Because you would have lived your life.
I would have lived it. It would just be like hopefully my loved ones could share and enlighten me and expose what I did miss out on. That's my opinion.
I would say this for the blue. Like, like I said before, like a lot of I believe
Jason said it best. Thank you, Mama.
That was
that's dear.
That was your dear that said that.
That was dear. Damn. You feel me? Yo, all the respect.
He goes to our side. Your mama.
Zeno Elias, that's a boy or
that's
girl?
a guy.
That's a guy.
That's
Oh,
dear,
thank you,
bro.
my G.
Bro.
Listen, bro, I don't know, dude. Like names. Listen, I apologize. Didn't mean to come at you sideways,
Nah, he didn't.
bro.
He meant mama.
He meant mama.
Hey, switch sides.
No, but I would say, right, like a lot of people, you're gonna fall. Like, okay, but because here's the thing, a lot of people are gonna. I believe that a lot of people would fall back into the same habits that they had when they were a kid when they go back to being a kid because first off, you're a kid, right? I honestly, I would see it like this. You go back and you're a kid and you're like, damn, I'm a fucking kid again. I don't have any more responsibilities. you know, all that shit is I'm gonna enjoy my childhood. Like I feel
Yeah.
like there are plenty of people that go, I'm going to enjoy my childhood
childhood.
like I couldn't before.
But again, if you
Yeah.
do that, you still change your reality.
No, but-
you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
No, but
okay,
here's the
I
thing.
mean-
You're
Because
changing
when I
out the
say that,
norm.
when I say that, it's like this. Because they enjoy their childhood, they then go on to become the same person that they were when they took the blue pill, right?
Okay.
Because like you see it all the time in time travel movies. Whenever you try to change something, time has a way of figuring
There's a
itself
ripple,
out. Yeah, and it just works itself back out. Like that movie, The Butterfly Effect with
Oh, that
Ashton
was a
Kutcher.
great movie.
Yeah, like dude,
that was a great movie.
there was an ending that they didn't show. Like they switched out the original ending with the one that you saw at the end of the movie.
the alternate ending,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Which is sad,
the
man.
original ending was this, right? So the movie, the mother would always have a miscarriage, right? And Chris, he was like the miracle baby, right? The baby didn't die in utero or whatever.
The
the
butterfly,
butterfly effect,
Are you
yeah.
talking about part 1 or part 2?
What? What?
You're talking about the one with Ashton Kutcher,
Ashton
right?
Kutcher, yeah.
So the mom having a miscarriage.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So like the mother, Ashton Kutcher was a miracle baby because the mom
Yes.
would have miscarriages, right?
Uh-huh.
And so the way that Ashton Kutcher's character would go back in time is by reliving his memories. Like he would read a journal entry or he would see a video, right?
Yeah.
He could travel throughout through any
A time lapse, as long as he read it.
As long as he was able to like as long as there's physical evidence of it, he could go back
And
in
he
time,
could
right?
conjure it up and
Exactly.
jump.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and in the ending, throughout the movie, he was trying to get with this girl, but every time he did, it fucked up the timeline, and someone's life got ruined as a result of it, right? So
Yeah.
at the end of the movie, he cuts
Says
ties with the
goodbye to
girl.
her.
Yeah, he cuts ties with
That
her
was
when they
sad.
were kids. So when they grow up, they never knew each other, and their lives are normal
Yeah, but
with
at
each
the
other,
end
right?
of the
Okay.
movie, they click up again.
They don't.
Not technically they don't, but they cross each
They
other's
cross paths. Yeah, exactly.
showing that
They
there
were
might
meant to be.
Yeah,
Maybe they were meant to be, right?
Yeah.
The alternate ending was this. Chris fucks up his life. His life is ruined. Like this,
Mhm.
this is the scene where he was at the
When
insane
he kills the
asylum.
brother?
No. And,
Uh-huh.
yeah, he was because he killed the brother. He was in the insane
In
asylum.
self-defense.
Yeah, and the scene where he gets the videotapes and he rewatches the videotapes.
Mhm.
So he rewatched a videotape that his father made, right? Because his father could also travel through time,
Yes.
and his father was also put in the loony bin
because he knew what he
because
could
he knew
do.
what he could do, and he did, and he accidentally killed his dad because his dad knew that he was fucking with the timeline.
Well, he didn't kill his dad. So what
The dad
actually
tried to
happens? He
kill
goes
him,
to
yeah.
the mental facility and in his journal, he writes that he wants to go visit him, so
Yeah.
he gets to jump through that portal and relive it, and it makes sense because
Why his
they-
dad was choking him? Yeah.
why his dad was choking him on that visit. Because in the beginning of the movie, that's all you know. The dad got controlling and tries to strangle him to death, and the security guard takes a light and whacks him behind the head and,
it
ends up
kills
killing
him.
him.
Yeah.
But they don't know what caused it. And in the movie, you realize what caused it is because he time jumped and he confronts his dad, like, how do you fix this? And the dad's like, no, this is too dangerous for you. Shouldn't be here. So the dad was like, yo, this has to die with us. No one
Literally.
should. So he tries to kill his son, and
But the security
that
guards ends up
was
killing
killing
the
him,
dad.
and so-
whacked off.
Yeah. And
Boy.
so at the
So
end
then
of the
what
movie,
happened?
at the end of the movie, the alternate ending or the true ending, actually, he watches a video of that his dad took of him in his mother's womb right before he was
And takes
born,
himself
and he
out.
takes himself out. He goes back in time to when he was in his mom's womb, and he chokes himself with his umbilical cord.
Because he loves himself.
Yeah.
Like he loves his family so much
That he can't
Because
do it.
no
like-
matter what, sorry to cut you
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
no matter what, every scenario somebody gets screwed over. So just to explain, right? In the first scenario, he ends up leaving the love of his life. He comes back and she's like a meth head.
Yeah.
And she's a prostitute. Like her life is shit. There's another one because the thing is they come from an abusive household.
Yeah.
And the father is one of those pedophiles who does child pornography and will record them when they were younger. So to save the love of his life, he's like, yo, you're not going to do this anymore. And you need to discipline your son because that dude's crazy as fuck. So when he does that, the father takes out all his aggression on the brother.
son, yeah.
And then when he wakes up to his up-to-date life, the love of his life is with them. They're in college, but the brother's a psycho
Yeah.
and basically comes after him, and he ends up bashing his skull in with a baseball bat in defense, and he ends up in prison.
Yep.
There's also another way he jumps to a timeline where because that girl's brother was so messed up, his friend at the time
His
ended
best
up being
friend, yeah.
psychologically messed up because he took a dog, put him in a bag, beat it with a rod, and set it on fire.
Yeah.
Like he's cynical. So it gets to the point where he tries, and also they end up killing people in the movie. Like they took a stick of dynamite, put it in a lady's mailbox, and she's going towards there while she has a baby in her hand and explodes, and the kid and the mom dies.
And when he tried to stop it, he
blows himself
Yeah.
up. So the messed up part is the best life for everyone to be together is him being in a wheelchair with no arms and legs.
So then
That was like the best scenario.
So
and
literally,
he's miserable.
Then he decides, like, right, he cuts it off of her, and then they go the separate ways. He still has his best friend, and they live their lives like that, right? The true ending, right? And so, like I said before, remember, the mother would always have miscarriages, like, right?
Mhm.
So it makes you think, why was the mother having miscarriages, right? And then it shows you at the end the reason why she's having miscarriages.
Because of her
because
kids
literally, every
do that.
kid can travel in time.
and kill themselves.
And yeah, they realize they keep fucking up their lives. So the dad having the ability to time travel gives them the way out by recording them in their mother's stomach.
Yes.
And that's why they kill themselves. That's
And
why she keeps having
That's why
miscarriages.
she keeps having miscarriages. So to bring it, I know that we sound like we went on a tangent.
Watch the movie The
but
Butterfly
watch
Effect.
the movie The Butterfly Effect, and it has a lot to do with the topic that we're saying: red pill versus blue pill.
No
Because if it's the
way.
blue pill, it's very similar to the butterfly effect,
Literally.
versus the red one. So, final thoughts on that, love.
It's a
Red
good
pill,
movie.
blue
Good fucking
pill.
movie.
You're dead set on being on the blue pill. Dead set, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What before your final thoughts on that? Okay, we know you chose the blue pill. What would make you choose the red pill? If like what would persuade you to go with the red pill and why? If you were to, or there's no way you would go for the red pill.
There's no way I would go for the red pill.
Fair enough. Ben, final thoughts. And is there anything that could possibly make you go for the red pill? If so, why?
No, I mean, I already chose going into the future, right? Because I think the way that it would work is if you have your mind dead set on what your future to be, taking the red pill will just put you in the future that you always wanted, right? Especially if you manage to make $50 million. And I would say
if it's worth that.
I would say $50 million that time period, right?
Yes.
So whatever $50 million is worth in that time,
Which
that's
could be
what you'll
pennies.
have. No, I mean, like, that's what you'll have the equivalent of 50. Yeah, right.
Okay.
But right, looking out for inflation. Because like with the blue pill thing is, it's like, not that I wouldn't want to relive or like change things, but it's like, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be the person who I am. And for the most part, I like who I am, you know, like, I think that you would want to do it if you, right? Because like, I could see it as therapeutic, right? You want to change things, and that's fine, but you know, you need adversity to become the best version of yourself. So I would stick with the red pill and then move on from there, right? You lose someone, you would just pick the pieces up when you're 45 and you have the money to take care of the people in your life and continue building, because 45 is not even that old. So just have the rest of your life.
Okay. You, Josh.
It'll be
You chose
straight
blue.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Is
blue.
there any way? So there's no way anyone could convince you.
No.
Okay, my final thoughts on it. There's me, because the type of person I am, I can never see myself doing the blue pill because the trauma might be too much to take, and it would be new trauma. The fact that if I try to do any change, it's gonna take away everything that was good in my life that I went through that made me a stronger person today. So I wouldn't even want to tease myself. Now, as far as going into the red pill, the truth and this is my opinion, going into the red pill, my final thoughts on that is, yes, it could be selfish to some, considering that you might be saying goodbye to your loved one, but at the same time, it would be a blessing to be old but young in the mind and young in the heart.
Right.
Especially just my character. I know I'm disciplined. I think it would suit me well.
That's
Plus
understandable.
being able to have that type of bank. So that's my final thoughts on it. Let us know how you guys feel about it. Hit us up on, the
Facts.
1424 on the, the
On the
Instagram,
socials, yeah.
on the socials. Also, the link we're gonna add in tonight's show would be the Discord, so you guys can come and join us and let us know. We got a couple of rewards for y'all too. We're gonna start giving out some gift cards and some treats and whatnot. And if you act right, Nate might teach you how to make some tamales. Yeah, I said it. So, as we get into our next conversation, let's talk about tech segment. Open chat,
GPT.
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 GPT. just to say it correctly.
GGP.
Now,
GDE.
who, when, and how. All right. So as tradition, we always start with the ladies first. Question into that segment is, being that you're in school, being that you're in college, you're studying financing.
Marketing.
No, I know, I'm joking. You didn't even let me. Damn, you ready to cut from my throat? Marketing, y'all. She just
Say
gets
right.
okay. Say with your chest.
She gonna
Marketing.
slap you, boy.
Right? You feel me? I'm on the other side. I press charges. What you know?
Okay.
So that being said, I want the way the direction this is going, because as we see on social media, a lot of kids are abusing this thing. What do you think are some of the benefits? And what do you think are some of the things that are going to shoot us in the foot? Just to go brief on that, and then we'll go around the table getting feedback. So I want to know.
Okay, so I can only assume and understand that ChatGPT can be very helpful to one's education, doing assignments.
Mhm.
What's really important is if you are going to use ChatGPT to, better your education,
Mhm.
to make sure you fully understand the concepts that you're learning about. Because there's no point in like using it. It's just like using Google, like just paying a check subscription or paying off a smart person to like do your homework and they know the answers.
Yeah.
It's like doing that and you're not really learning anything. So ChatGPT is literally just another source of
So you're talking about the
way.
pros now, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the cons that you see coming with it?
No, but like those are some of the cons, like people cheating and they're not really
Being disciplined and earning it.
I mean, but that people are always going to find a way to cheat or get the answers. At least this way, in the near future, when ChatGPT, you have to start paying for it.
Mm.
At least it's like Chegg in a way,
Okay.
because you can pay for Chegg and then you can get like professional and expert answers on some homework assignment topics. But and ChatGPT only goes up to like what 2021.
2021, yeah. As of right now.
But
so they're gonna change that pretty soon.
honestly, I just think
it's still beta.
Right. I just think that with there's the boundary, there's a line that you shouldn't cross, especially with like new coming technology, in my
Okay.
personal opinion.
All right.
That's already.
Before Ben, you start on it, because I know you're gonna get passionate. I want to hear what Josh has to say. So, Josh, when it comes to this, right? What do you think are some of the pros that you agree with versus the cons, and why?
It all depends on use.
Okay.
I feel like it all depends on use. So I think it's very good and it's very convenient and it saves you a lot of time. But
Okay.
in turn, it could be a catch-22. Because, like, for instance, when I was teaching my sister math
Mhm.
and she had to do multiplication and division, she literally couldn't. But I remember I used to have to do quizzes in class to do that. So I think it's just going to hinder the growth of that person. But if you're using it right, it's all based on how you use it.
Okay.
For real.
And so the cons, like, what makes you feel like
Yeah.
it could be a strong con?
Well, yeah, essentially, like, they're not going to be people that know how to navigate without it.
So
And,
you
like,
think people are going to be so dependent that
Yeah.
it's literally going to consume them?
yeah, so it's like, for instance, people use the internet, and then back in the day, we had to use encyclopedias and thesauruses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Yellow Book, my G?
Yeah,
Shit.
and then, like, for
White
instance,
pages.
exactly. And if they can't count on their hands, they can't
Mhm.
go to multiplications for 12, 13s, 14s. Like, it's just going to be that same adverse effect.
Okay. I like
Yeah.
that. What about you, Ben?
Oh, I mean, it's
Pros and cons, and why?
honestly, AI is just a logical step in evolution. Honestly, it was gonna happen, right? Because you could even consider humans to be AI. Because what is AI, right? It's right, artificial intelligence, sure, but what is it really, right? It's like a platform for learning. And what I mean learning is that the program itself learns, and the more you interact with it, the better it gets at learning and then interacting. And that's pretty much what humans do from birth. You know, that's what I remember.
Yeah, we're sponges.
My buddy, he had a baby. Recently had a baby. He's like 1 year.
Congratulations, my G.
Yeah, Roy, my boy Roy. He had a baby, and I remember just like and I don't smoke anymore, but he convinced me to take a hit from a dab, to take a hit from a dab rig.
A celebration.
Yeah, not even in celebration, because I hadn't seen him in person in the bit. So he was like, no, but he's a major stoner. So he was
Okay.
like, Ben, Ben, you have to hit this, Ben. And so I did it, and I remember just being stoned and looking at his kid like walk around, or like trying, like learning, like in real time, learning to walk, keeping his balance and all that stuff, and like watching him process things, right? It's the weirdest thing, watching a baby with their wide eyes process the world around them and think how they're gonna solve a problem.
It's adorable.
No, yeah, and I was just
I
like,
can't believe I said that.
Baby feeder.
and honestly,
Shut up.
I was thinking to myself, like, babies are essentially blank slates, and what was Chat GPT but a blank slate? And it only got better over time, or all these like other AI things, right? Like the thing that's going on recently, people can have like AI girlfriends now, or AI partners, right? And
Which
like
is weird.
and like it gets better the more people that uses it. And there's another one, an OnlyFans chick. She made an AI chatbot.
Well, the crazy thing that you get into that. So what they're doing with the open chat is, say you buy one of those sex dolls, it will sync up with her, and now you could actually fully engage
and like
with a woman on screen
that's
who's not physically there, but you're physically touching a doll.
Yeah.
Technology is getting crazy.
No,
like that.
and like and they got this chatbot, and it has her personality, and it talks to her as she talks, and and people can pay. People were paying. The rate was $1 a minute to talk to the chatbot. Yeah, $1 a minute.
Are you serious?
Hey man, 50.
Bro.
Hey man, $60. That's 1 hour. You're talking with You're talking with a bot, talking nasty, and whatever, right? And so, honestly, it literally is an episode of Black Mirror. You're absolutely right, Castro. It's literally Black Mirror. The episode was "I'll Be Right Back," where they create.
I was telling him about that.
Yeah, they create the AI bot based on their internet personality or whatever. They take all the stuff they put on the internet, yada yada, right? And so it pros or cons. It's subjective, right? Because it depends on the way you look at it, right? Because me personally, I could say, one could say like sex bots are a con, right? But then someone else could say sex bots are a pro, because
one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Who the fuck needs women if you can just fuck a robot that will not bother you after you fuck it, right?
Yep.
Right.
But there's always going to be the argument of true intimacy that you're going to miss out on.
No, but there.
I mean, if you think about it, if you collect a group of men who are, one could argue, are ancient men who have that thought process about women.
We call them Nas.
If you just give them the AI robots.
Damn, who was that? Was that you?
That was me.
I was gonna be like, what the hell?
You know what they're doing with those robots, though, right? With
they're fucking them.
prisoners, there's a program that they're trying to introduce to the prison system to lower down rape that's happening across in the mail thing. So there was a proposal like,
give them robots.
I mean,
but
as messed up,
but it's a punishment. So why are you rewarding people who are supposed to be punished?
Because like
Not that type of
it's a reward punishment. I would say because right, like, wouldn't you rather them fuck the robots instead of force themselves on people?
But
right? No, okay, wait. I have an argument for this because I'm
not saying they deserve it, but wouldn't you rather?
Okay, if you do introduce these sex robots to a group of men who have this habit of raping women and being sadistic and whatnot, it could probably lower it for a short period of time,
alleviate the pressure.
But a true sadist and
with the realness,
and a true rapist who wants to deal,
which we do not condone.
I can only assume that they enjoy, like, they have their certain kinks and the way that their brain is wired. They could probably be like, okay, this AI robot is pretty good for now, but later on it's temporary. Like, I'm only speaking from actual facts that I've seen from like crime TVs, but
when you talk about open chat, right?
They're gonna want the real thing sooner or later.
It's gonna be integrated.
We're just getting closer to Blade Runner, bro. That's we're just getting closer to Blade Runner.
If I may give my thoughts on it, right?
Good movie, by the way. Please check it out.
With the open chat with the AI, I love it, but it scares me. For those who don't know, Bo Studios, they have a group called Power Partners. Definitely check it out. It's one of those classes that it teaches you to be better. It entices you. It motivates you. Literally puts a fire underneath your ass. This is one of the reasons that has allowed me to broaden my intellectual mind and to, educate myself and to further myself. One of the best courses you could take. The link is on their website and is also be linked down after today's show. What I say that to say this, right? You know how you were saying that chat is updated to 2021. My issue is I love it in the sense it is very helpful.
Yeah.
But like technology, there's always going to be a person who takes advantage of it or a culture that takes advantage of it. What makes me worried about it is, number one, it's free, but they're going to start charging for it. What Microsoft spent $5 billion on this. $5 billion. This thing's been in work for decades. What happens when it ties to your algorithm? You understand what I'm saying? What is your algorithm? That's your digital imprint, what you look at, what interests you, what you do for a living. Like, that's all put into a network. I'll let you take.
Yeah.
So what worries me is that gets into the hands of the wrong person, you're screwed.
It's already in the hands of the wrong person. I mean, the technology already is in the hands of the wrong people.
And then two, as this algorithm is merged with open chat, it's now at a point where do you really want a machine that could think for you? I don't think that's healthy. In certain cases, it is. But imagine medical student, you know what I'm saying? You have to do your own research and your own diligence. Using AI to do that for you, we're about to have some of the dumbest individuals in the most strongest positions who truly didn't earn it because, like what's going on right now, as you see on TikTok, professors are having a hell of a hard time depicting what is real and what's not, because it's not plagiarism, because it's figuring out AI is given, you can ask the same question, but because it has an idea of your algorithm versus mine, it's going to give me a report on the same issue, but in a different way and manner where it's not going to be duplicate. What did you want to say earlier?
Yeah. Well, the thing is with ChatGPT, 99% of people who use it don't know how to use it.
True.
Right. And you have to know how to manipulate it. Right. So that's the whole thing. The reason why it's free is because not even people who made it know how to manipulate it.
Facts.
So I don't think the people are going to be smart enough. So you could tell when something's written by ChatGPT, right? You have to use it in a certain way. Like I've used it and I feel like I'm an advanced user in ChatGPT, and I still don't know how to manipulate it.
This thing taught me how to holler at a woman from Cuba. The ideas and suggestions that it gave me, I was like, this is dangerous.
Do you remember it? What it was?
Yeah.
Tell me.
So I was showing it to, my stepmom and whatnot. And I said, best way to basically, get to know a woman from Cuba and to basically potentially ask her out on a date. First thing, it gives you a warning that this is not what it's for. So to like a brief. So it says, as you engage, understand that they come from a third world country. They're very family orientated. They love to basically see and speak to people open-minded. A lot of them have what they say had strong regards politics. Most of them are influenced with Western civilization in the Republican sense. Like it's
right. Yeah. Like, true.
But, and that's the thing. As I'm reading, I'm like, damn, they're on the money because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It is true. And then the craziest part is like when asking out on a date, women from Cuba are very what's the term they use?
Receptive?
When not emotional, but very when they're
like hands-on touchy.
There's a term they use for it.
Intimate.
A form of intimacy.
Right.
And they said the best way is to not reject intimacy, but to encourage it, but to be brief and to be very stern.
Okay.
And it also said, keep in mind, most women are like this. But the fact that they wrote a whole dialogue of how to basically talk to a woman from Cuba, that blew my fucking mind.
It's interesting.
But that's broad, though.
No, it is. But it still blew my mind that it went to that, went into that detail. So as we get into the conversation, to leave the talk about open chat, as you guys know, Apple came up with a product, guys. They came out with a VR headset. Let's talk about it.
Augmented reality headset.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Josh, I actually want you to take this one first since you're true techie and you're interested into that. What are your thoughts about this VR Apple headset? Also, what do you think about the sticker price of $3,400? What are your thoughts on that, G?
So I'm not Team Apple, first and foremost.
That's what I'm talking
You feel
about,
me?
baby.
You feel me? Team Android.
You see these two right here? You see the eyes on us?
I'm not a. I don't give a. Let me
What
know.
do you got? What do you got? What do you
Hi,
got?
hi, this iPhone.
What do you
I
got?
have an iPhone.
Then you can't speak.
because this was $350 cash.
I don't want to hear
alright?
that shit.
And I wanted a
Your
phone.
Team Apple,
and I got it.
Your Team
Hey,
Apple.
Fuck,
Hey,
You made your choice.
If
You
I
made your
had the
bed,
money,
lay in it.
I'd smash this over my knee live.
Hey, I remember when you switched.
And when I get my Pixel, because that's the phone that I actually want, the
Oh,
Google
Jesus.
Pixel, I'm gonna smash this phone on screen live.
Cap.
You think I
Well,
won't?
you know what? That's
I know
just
you
bad.
won't.
What about
That's
somebody
weird.
needs a phone?
They could suck your mother.
That's
Ooh,
fine.
boy.
Go ahead, my G.
All right, but yeah.
Break it in.
So essentially, I feel like it's typical Apple. I think it will be very innovative. You feel me? I think it's
Okay.
very good for the tech world. I think it's kind of wild what they're trying to do. I feel like they're trying to do the same thing that YouTube did with the theater mode
Okay.
that flopped, where you would put on the VR and
That
you watch
shit flopped
Snoop.
heavy. It was
Or-
dope, but it flopped.
Yeah, but the thing is, I know, for instance, I call Apple's paperweights. You feel me? I think it's gonna be a $3,500 paperweight.
It's
Shout
good.
out to all y'all.
It's because it's honestly, even though the technology is what you would consider revolutionary and it's
Mhm.
interesting, at the end of the day, it's all gimmicks, right? That they get you in with
Facts.
bells and whistles. Like with the iPhone 14 or the newest iPhone, they have this thing called like the audio
Spatial audio.
the spatial audio, whatever. Where like you know how like the Apple has this black bar, they removed the black bar, and that now is a little thing, right? It's all gimmicks, right? Because here
Superficial.
it's the new item condition, right? You get the new thing because it's nice and cool, and once you've had it long enough, you literally just don't care about it anymore. So I see the Apple Vision Pro, because that's what it's called, Apple Vision Pro. It's gonna go like this. You're gonna get it, and you're gonna sit there, and you're gonna be like, wow, this is so cool, you know, like look at me, I can watch movies. And then you're gonna go, yeah, why would I'm just gonna fucking watch it on TV. Why would I put this thing on my face? Why would I? Wow, dude, this is so cool. Wow, like, bro,
Wow.
literally, they're gonna get this just so they can show it to their friends. And once their friends go like, oh, this is so cool, then it's like, okay, I don't care about it anymore. Because that's how it was when my buddies got the Verve, the Steam shit, the VR headset, whatever, right?
The Oculus type shit.
Yeah, the Oculus is
Wasn't it the
whatever.
View?
It was the what was that fucking shit called? Whatever. The point is, it's a VR headset, and like we were all like, "Oh, that's so cool, that's so dope," and we'd play the games on it for a bit, and then we were like, "Yeah, this is giving me a headache." And you would just, I'm just gonna play on my PC, right? And so that's how I see it with the thing, and like they put the idea that you'll be able to seamlessly connect with all your other devices, and again, gimmick, because once you get used to it, then it's just like, yeah, why would I use this if I could just sit
So
at my
it's basically forcing you
Like,
to be conditioned.
why would I use it if I could just use my laptop? And
Yeah.
and on top of that, $3,500. No, bro, Samsung, Google, whatever other tech giants, they're gonna drop their own version of that shit, and that's gonna be a lot
Yeah.
fucking cheaper. And even if I
That
do
we-
get one,
we don't know
I'll
that
fucking
yet,
get
though.
that.
But I think they're gonna end up using the same thing they use Oculus for.
Okay.
For adult entertainment.
Oh,
You feel
definitely.
me? And it's gonna be immersive. And I
Okay.
think that's what the real thing is gonna be. It's gonna be a bad connotation
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
No, because I think
Respectfully.
when you come up with new technology, the ultimate question is, can I fuck it? That's like the most important thing. No, but no, look, you're saying
come
nah,
on,
but
bro.
I'm talking generally, like the general consensus.
I don't think people think like that.
I mean, that's
genuinely.
fine that you don't, but it's literally the truth. Like the porn industry is one of the biggest industries in the
Well-
world, So like it literally is, you come out with a new technology. Okay, how can I fuck on it? It's literally
Well, we'll go back to that. I want to hear your thoughts, love. What do you think?
How much is the Oculus?
The
Well,
Oculus is
they have-
$399.
No, they have
I'm
another one
starting.
that's like $1,800.
Yeah, depending on how
Which
fast you
version
want
you
it,
get, yeah.
how much memory, but it starts off at $399. So what are your
so
thoughts?
what's the difference between that and then the new one that Apple released?
Do you want me to explain?
It's the ecosystem.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
the ecosystem. So they said professionals be able to use it.
Mhm.
It's going to be integrated. You're going to be able to have all your files. You're able to,
You no longer need a
Yeah.
workstation.
yeah, you could work, and then you could have a scenic background and then spread the scenic background
Okay,
all the way around you.
so
It's like movies coming to life.
Yeah.
So I took an information systems management class last semester, and we were talking about AI on one of our lectures, and we were talking about how student nurses or students who were in the medical field,
I'm happy you brought that
and
up.
also business students as well,
Mhm.
use these ARs, augmented reality headsets, to better further their education. For example, like the students who were studying medicine, they were able to use the AR and see the human anatomy and see like where the veins were and basically
more detail
and get a more detailed picture of what the human body looks like to help better like picture like in surgeries or when they're studying and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, this would be a good use of AR, because to the regular consumer, it is very pricey, and it's like I can just go on my laptop, I can just use my phone, I can
it's not a necessity.
You have other things to do besides that. But when you're talking about productivity and you're in the workforce, whether it be in medicine or in business or whatnot, it could be really helpful. So I think like there are products that are made and the target market is businesses, whether that be businesses in medicine, pharmaceuticals, actual marketing business, to better help the employees be productive and better their workforce.
So at least
in that field, that's how I think about it.
I agree with
that's
you.
a very optimistic way of looking at it.
Because then when you talk about AR for consumers, like the Oculus, not making it so fancy and extravagant, because what are people going to use that for? But besides wanting to play games, making it at a decent price point and making it as a toy, like, okay, after like maybe an hour of use, take it off, because then you can start getting a headache.
Okay.
There should be boundaries and levels to it.
I agree with you 100% with the boundaries. And for you guys, let us know what you think. I actually, as we know, a lot of our guys went from Best Buy to Apple. So I actually reached out when we had the meeting to find more about it. The reason why, not to disagree about, the whole fuck it thing. The reason why I feel like that's not the case, the way this product is set to work, we do edits, right? Imagine we have the headset on, we have our devices, we're able to optimally control everything from one standing with the gloves that it comes with. It makes things more practical. And as you were saying with the medical field, this is why I think it's going to make the biggest impact. Because imagine you now have what they call the charge nurse, who's basically responsible for everyone. They're wearing these goggles. They can see vital signs. They can get flags and alerts. It's literally going to make us more sophisticated in that sense. And I'm not a person who likes technology. You guys know I'm the old head. But with Apple doing this, what they did is they're changing history. All right. The reason I say they're changing history, this is one of those devices of technology that comes out. If you don't fuck with it, you're going to get left behind. You even said it yourself. There's other companies who are going to come out with their own. I don't think it's going to tie so much on the sexual experience side. I think what this is going to do, this is going to reshape and change the way corporate America works, especially handling accounting or financing or marketing. Because when you have this device, Apple, as you know, ties into everything. The tablets we use, remember, you get a phone call, it goes through there. You're talking about having a smart home. Imagine you're now going to be able to work. Say you have the goggles on, you have an intruder or you have some shit going down in your house. The screen's going to show it. We are literally about to see our lives change dramatically, because this is the first move of us actually being tapped in. When we had that meeting, we were talking about the movie with Bruce Willis. There's a Bruce Willis movie called Surrogates. And what ends up happening being in the future is people are wearing these VR headsets and they have AI robots that look like them, but dolled up to the full masculinity, living out their experience. And I think it gets scary in that point, because imagine a lot of us work hard. Now it's like, oh, you work hard? We could just download a vacation and it'll be like you're there. You know what I'm saying? This is as far as technology's going. And another problem I have with it, I feel devices like that are created to increase the workflow. It's basically like shooting us in the foot, because now there's not going to be a reason why you can't get certain things or certain titles done. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's beautiful, but it's also scary at the same time. And when we talk about the price on this, For those who don't know, I always advise people, especially with the way the economy is going, you want to get yourself a form of asset. The price this thing is asking for, that is a used vehicle. You understand what I'm saying? That's expensive in a sense of there's way better things you can do with your money and invest it. Mind you, I'm not an investor. This is just something that crosses my mind. So that's just my thoughts on it. So final thoughts on it, love?
Yeah, I stand by my point. You just have to use it, at your own accord. There's boundaries that have to be set in place. I do think it will help more the workforce than like
Sorry to
regular
cut you off.
consumers.
Castro said similar concept to Demolition Man. I agree.
But yeah, that was my thought.
Ben, final thoughts?
What everybody's saying is definitely valid. But I still, stand by what I'm saying. Porn industry is gonna go off. Shit's gonna bang. I mean, I'm just being completely honest. Like, imagine AR porn, right?
I mean,
She-
that already
I
exists.
mean, no, listen, but
realistically.
she's right there in the room with you, playa. She's walking around your room. She's calling you handsome, or he's calling you beautiful, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the porn industry is gonna pop off, is what I'm saying. Once this becomes more mainstream, once these companies start making their own versions of it, or you start seeing like the fucking Alibaba version of it or whatever, like once you start seeing that shit appear on Alibaba, that's when you know that other companies are able to, make this more affordable and stuff like that. At least in my opinion. But yeah, check out this movie called Idiocracy, right? Where some guy goes into the future and everyone's fucking stupid. That's essentially like the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
Dumb.
And that's essentially where we're headed with this. Because like I believe the idea that's being pushed now is just what's the word? There are a lot of hedonistic things that are being pushed now in media, right?
Mhm.
So we're going more so towards like sexual revolution, everybody free love and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Don't Look Up was also a good movie. That kind of stuff. So I believe that with this AR, it's only what Jay said, it's only one step closer to being tapped in, and you don't have to live your life anymore.
You're gonna have a machine doing it for
But
you.
yeah, that's just gonna bang. Because like again, whatever. Yeah, like I said before, if we can't fuck it, we don't want it. That's just human nature.
What about you, Josh? What are your final thoughts on it?
So I just want to see what the use is going to be, because a lot of stuff, like for instance, the Apple Watch, it was supposed to be used for that same.
And it can save your life.
I feel you, but essentially people use it as a status symbol.
Yeah, like yesterday, my watch was telling me that my heart rate was at more than 100 beats per minute. I was like,
The fuck?
wow,
Yeah,
thanks for
But-
telling me.
but the thing is, we use it to make phone calls and let us
Yeah.
know where
Like
our
James
phone
Bond.
is. Right? So it may be just like that. It may be a status symbol. And a lot of things with Apple is status symbol. All right, yeah, you're too broke to afford this. I got this. Let's see what really happens.
Well, that being said, I think, again, not to disagree with the whole point thing, I think it's going to be a way, it's going to change and revolutionize how we do schooling, how we do work in the workforce. Is it going to change it for the better? That's going to be debatable. But I think its main focus is honestly adapting us and getting us ready for a new world, a new process of how we get things done. So, as we get into our next topic, the lovely Nate is going to do a Reddit on Am I the Asshole?
Yeah.
I hope y'all like this one. She literally dig deep for this one. So let's see what we got. Go ahead.
Okay. Am I the asshole for expecting my girlfriend to move in and listen to my rules? So, my girlfriend, 26 female, and I, 28 male, have been living together for a few months. Recently, I got some money after my grandpa passed, and I was able to buy a duplex. I put 20% down, and she and I have agreed to split the mortgage, property taxes, insurance, utilities, etc. It comes out to about $1,000 for each, and she agreed. But then she wanted to make changes to the house that I don't agree with and bring her dog. Her dog has been living with her parents for the past 3 months. We've moved in together. The place I rented before mine. She wants to bring him because he's her dog, and her parents only agreed to let him stay with her temporarily. But I don't want a dog to move in with us and potentially damage the house. He isn't known to damage stuff as far as I know, but he does run around the house, and I want her to pay $100 extra a month for potential damage or $1,000 extra as a damage deposit. She is angry because we agreed on $1,000 and no damage deposit and feels like I'm making it hard to bring her dog. She also wants to put a clothesline in the backyard, and I find it weird and tacky. Maybe it's because I grew up in a suburbia, but everyone I know uses a dryer. But she insists she needs to have clotheslines and hates the dryer. She claims her clothes are too expensive to be put on the dryer, and she has only used a clothesline or a drying rack her whole life. But because our yard can accommodate a clothesline, I should allow it. I don't want the neighbor to see her put her underwear on the clothesline, and I think they will complain as it ruins the surroundings' house value.
Mm.
She wants to fill up a large part of the downstairs with her stuff. Our place isn't very big. She wants to bring her skis, rock climbing equipment like ropes and harness, etc. 2 bikes and her winter tires. She also wants to buy a mount to install for the bikes for the winter. She doesn't have many other things like clothes, but we don't have a big basement. It's like half a basement. And she wants to put her stuff downstairs. I want to convert the downstairs into a gym for me, but she wants to move her stuff out of her parents' place because they're going to downsize when they retire in a year or 2. I
Okay.
told her she needs to either do to not do these things like the clothesline or pay for the storage space and dog. She refuses though and says either I let her move in with me, agreed upon rent, or she's finding another place to live. She's current back with her parents, and I've been paying for the whole place alone. She thinks I'm the asshole for penny pinching her, but I don't think a landlord would be okay with her dog and clothesline, so I'm doing her a favor. She also makes more, 130K versus my 90K. So it's not that she can't pay for her fair share.
Okay. Before you take that, being that you're our guest, let's hear what you have to say about that, because I'm gonna go last because as you know, I'm gonna cook.
No, I
Cook.
think homie's bugging.
Okay.
Right. I think he's put in way too many stipulations. Like I think he needs to cut down on like at least
So
70.
before you even start,
Yeah.
who do you think is the asshole right off the bat?
the dog. I mean, because the dog was there before he was.
So you think the
Respectfully.
dog is the asshole?
No. He was being an asshole for the dog. Like I'm telling you, yeah,
No,
he's
but
an
you think
asshole.
he's the
Oh, no.
asshole?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's definitely the
Okay.
asshole
Okay.
for because when he was with Shorty, you feel me?
Right.
The dog was there and they live with the dog. And now that he thinks that he owns
The
some
dog
stuff,
was with the parents. They didn't live with the dog.
they
No,
live
like
with the parents before the
yeah,
dog.
but she lives with
said
her
it.
parents.
No.
Yeah,
No, she lived with her dog and her parents. He didn't live with them.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's what I'm telling Josh.
I bet.
Yeah.
But the dog was there before
Yeah.
before the fact.
Yeah.
Her stuff, she do got a lot of stuff she want to put in the garage, but like he's being selfish for wanting to do the gym. Like it's both of
Yeah.
their space. Like you could do half and half. You could have half a gym. She has a storage.
Yeah.
You don't need to have the best robust workout experience. You're with somebody. You got to have compromise. With the clothing line outside, I don't think she's an asshole for that, because I got in my family, you have heirlooms that you don't put in the washer or dryer. You hang up,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? And it's not, I don't know where they are, but like it's a customary thing up north to put your stuff outside. For
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he's bugging about the dog. It has to be compromised on both sides in terms of the pay. I think he's wilding. You feel me? He's wilding, and now he's all super sad. Now he got paid a whole 2 racks. Hey,
All
but
right.
respectfully, you feel me? You deserve that, fam. Take that out.
So respectfully, he's an asshole. What about you, Love? What do you think?
Take that out. I agree. He is bugging because like, how are you gonna play stupid and like not realize like if you move in with someone and share these expenses, you have to have this conversation with the other person.
Agreed.
So if you did, there's no way this can end good for him, because if you did have that conversation, then you knew like what she had coming in with her,
Yeah.
and you chose to ignore it, and then you were like, oh my god, now that it's actually happening, it inconveniences me. But if you didn't talk about it, then that makes also you, not just you but her, makes both of you look stupid because you didn't talk about it, and
Yeah.
that's not responsible.
No, it's not.
And the clothesline,
Like
people, everybody uses clothesline. Like
facts. You
like,
can't put certain things in the dryer.
you
It tells
really
you not
can't.
to.
you really can't. I mean, like people aesthetically use like those clothes rack, even just to hang clothes outside. Like it's really not the norm. I think he's really bugging about that. As far as storage, they can just easily compromise, but he's being very severely inconvenienced, and he wants everything to go his way. And going into the relationship, if you knew that you really did care about her and wanted to move in with her, and she had a dog, that dog is coming with you one way or another.
Agreed.
If it's either you or the dog,
That's your child.
that dog is gonna be number one all the way.
Okay. What about you, Ben? What do you think?
He's the asshole, by the way.
He's the asshole. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, honestly, I think that he is the asshole and he's also an idiot. I mean, well, they're both idiots, right? Honestly, because
Mhm.
mistake number one was how long were they dating? For like a few months, right? It said.
Didn't you say 9 months or something?
No,
I think
it's-
they were together for like
It said here that they've been living together for a few months.
but they've been together for how long?
It didn't say how
Didn't
long they
say.
were together. No, it doesn't say specifically.
So I mean, okay, so I won't use that, but honestly, I think the idea of moving in with someone before, like, okay, before getting married, I personally believe that that's not the right way to go because if you weren't ready to take the big enough step to tie yourself to this person legally,
Mhm.
I don't think then depending on this person for a roof over your head is the right way to go about it. I don't think it should be move in, then get married. I think it should be married, then move in. Right? That's just me personally. If you disagree, that's fine. And the reason why I say that it's not a good idea, right? Because check this out. This guy bought a duplex, right? If you don't know what a duplex is, it's essentially like it's like a 2-story home, right? It's a regular size single family 2-story home. And so he decided he put money down. So technically, right,
Mhm.
the property is his, but he's now depending on this other person to pay for it as well, you know? So she has every right to, bring her things, bring her dog, do what she wants if she's essentially paying for half of the fucking mortgage, right? That's fucked up. I'm not going to go live somewhere and someone tells me, yeah, you can't do that, right? I'm just going to go find somewhere where I can do these things. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why she's the idiot is because it's like, did you even really know this person?
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Why are you so shocked that he's like, oh yeah, I want things like this, and that? How long were you guys together? Weren't you living together before? Like, where is that's the confusion for me. Where is the disconnect to where you're like, damn, I cannot believe this guy doesn't want me doing these things.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like Big Bird on Live. I don't know what that means.
Hey yo,
Oh.
Deuce. Hey yo, Deuce. All right, baby, puke. You feel
But,
me? Calm down.
Okay.
So yeah, like he is the asshole, and they're both idiots, and I could see where because it's his property, he would want these things a certain way,
Mhm.
but at the same time, Josh is absolutely right. You have to be able to compromise with your partner. Without compromise, there is no relationship, because
Yeah.
there are things that you have to be willing to sacrifice in order, to continue living a life intertwined, right? And it's like, it just seems like both of them are very headstrong, right? It seems like they're both headstrong and they don't seem like they want to back down in either direction, right? It'd be one
Mhm.
thing with like him saying like, oh, babe, I don't really want your dog here because this and the third, but at the same time, it's her dog, right? It's her baby boy. You know what I'm
Well-
saying? So I understand him asking for more money, but $1,000 fucking dollars,
You
bro.
do?
Huh? I do.
Okay.
No,
He wants $100 more.
And
no, no.
pet deposits are a
Like,
real thing.
Pet deposits are
but,
normal.
like,
I understand asking for more money because if this
Mhm.
pet fucks something up, we should have something on the side purely for the repairs in regards to the pets. I understand that's just thinking frugally.
Mhm.
We need to put money aside for repairs in the event that they happen.
Can I?
Okay,
Well,
if
then
I
at that
could
Yeah.
at that point,
Yeah.
why don't you just say, all right, cool. If your dog fucks something up, you feel me? You're all the way
in
liable.
case shit happens.
No,
Right.
yeah, but,
Yeah, I would say
but here's
that.
the thing that
But-
could also open up a thing, right? Imagine like you go like, yo, your dog fucked this up. I hope you're paying for it. She's like, bro, I'm already paying all this money. I'm supposed to pay for this repair by myself.
So-
Type beat.
Nah, I feel you.
But that's what could happen. So
Yeah.
that could all be avoided. It's like, hey,
Theoretically, yeah.
hey, look, let's just have money aside specifically for repairs. You know, I get the thinking, the amount of money that he asked for, ridiculous. On top of that, right? Like, if with the clothesline, right? Nigga, get a fence. Right? Like, you already put all this money
Oh
on
my
a
God.
house, bro. Get a fence. If you
Yeah,
think it'd be
privacy.
tacky to have your girl's underwear on the fucking clothesline, I could see that, right? But at the same time, it's like, bro, if she doesn't want to fuck up her clothes, you can't tell her, hey, look, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to fuck up your clothes. That's fucked up. Get a fence.
Well,
So,
you know what I'm
so
saying?
if I may take it, right?
Go ahead. You good.
All right. So please let me cook on this one. I gotta say he's the asshole, and I pay attention to the detail. Right?
Yeah.
You asked her to move in, true or not? Right?
Facts.
You knew the dog was there prior before you asked her to move out. What it seems like this relationship is already going to fail because he is an opportunist. This is not somebody who's sincere and who truly cares about her. Because let's take out some key features right here, right? You're treating her as if she's renting from you.
She's like a
This
tenant.
is supposed to be your partner.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you're not even trying to be fair as that, and you're looking at it as you're doing her a favor by your conduct and the content of your character. And let's just put out the fact he did mention, oh, she makes more than me. That doesn't entitle you to shit.
And it just sounds like because she
And,
makes more.
Yeah, because she makes more, you feel she's obligated to pay more. That is your property. You are a man. Act like one. And then
not
for
even a
you-
man, an adult.
an adult.
Mhm.
Act like one. Well, I say a man because this is a person that you're in a relationship with. And I don't feel like a man should basically be extorting his girl. That's literally what he's doing. He's extorting her. Then you have to also look at pay for your dog extra. What the f-
No, I still think that's
me,
fair.
it's like, no, the reason I can't call it fair is that's not a fucking tenant. That is your girlfriend, bro.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're literally looking about the fact she makes more money, it's like you're trying to squeeze her for all you can get. The fact is duplex. I can understand she's renting one side of the duplex and she's staying in that quarters, but you guys are sleeping in the same room. You guys are basically a couple according to your logic, and you're doing shit like that. That's a coward move. You're not treating her like a partner. You're treating her as if she's a piggy bank. Realistic. You're seeing how much you can get out of her.
It's a whale.
And to me, I have to call her out because if you respect yourself, you wouldn't allow that type of behavior. Straight the fuck up.
I mean, it sounds like she's not though.
But, well, the fact that she's even considering it because you even heard her rebuttal, you know what I'm saying? She's like, well, you know, you have the dog. The dog is a big issue. And the reason why I say the dog is a big issue, not because I'm an animal person, but the fact that you're trying to tax on that without reason. Where's your reasoning?
He did say the reason.
Well, what I'm saying, your reason is not valid. It's a theory that the dog could mess up, and you're pulling pennies from her. Now, as far as the clothing, I call total bullshit on that. Reason I call total bullshit on that, but what would the neighbors think? What do you mean, what would the neighbors think?
Yeah.
People are civilized. It's not like I can understand she has thongs and sexual wear out there. This is people doing laundry.
Yeah.
That's like he sounds like the type of dude that will complain about a woman breastfeeding. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's because he doesn't like it.
because he doesn't like it. He's just using that as an anchor to push and get his way. That sounds narcissistic as hell. That's a narcissist all the way down. So, in my opinion, he is the asshole, and she needs to do better and find somebody who's going to appreciate her and accept her what she comes with. Because the moment your partner tries to extort you for money, because that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
He said it himself. Oh, she makes 130. I only make 90. Well, make more, my nigga.
Yeah.
But that doesn't entitle you to her money,
Yeah.
and vice
Yeah.
versa. So, in my opinion, he's the asshole.
And on top of that, why you move it? Get married before you move. That's just me.
Yeah, I feel you. No, and I respect that. I didn't think about that. But also, you have like intimate clothing racks, right?
yeah,
That you don't have outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a
Respectfully,
solution to
yeah.
everything.
No, there honestly is like because like it does take a bit longer, but you can dry clothes inside. You know, if you have like good ventilation, you can dry clothes inside. So you could have just presented, hey babe, look,
yeah.
certain articles of clothing, I'm not comfortable with them being out in the open. So if you could
Mhm.
use this one inside, and with the clothes that you can't think that's fair. That I can see
Compromise.
that
Yep.
working out.
Compromise.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to negotiate and make this thing work. There's no one-way highway on that.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
And she
G?
had respect for herself. She moved out of that job.
No, she went
Oh,
back to her
yeah.
parents.
She
Yeah,
went back. She
exactly.
was like,
As she
word, all
should.
right, peace.
Yeah, like wow, are you really doing whatever, nigga? That's you.
I'm out.
I didn't ask you to buy that duplex. I didn't ask you to put me up in that hole. So you know
You pay it
exactly.
with your 90K.
So you expressed your opinion on you believe a couple should be married before they move in.
Yeah.
A lot of people do feel this way. A lot of people argue, oh, you know, how are we supposed to know like if they'd be a good fit, like a good life partner,
Like living together.
living together if we don't like live together first before we get married? So like, because before I would think, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know, before we get married, let's move in together and see how we are. Because if we hate living with each other, at least you know we save the burn and not
Yeah,
just not get married.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you have a partner, they have their place, you have your place. You're telling me you wouldn't spend a couple nights at their place, right?
Yeah.
You're telling me
Naturally,
right? Like you would.
Okay.
but
Okay, yeah.
but the thing is, he's an opportunist.
No, yeah, that's what I'm
That's-
saying.
I mean,
that's
What we're
at
just
least
talking-
at
we're
this
just-
point,
yeah.
at least at this point, I want to get like his
'Cause, like,
point
imagine
of view.
you're with someone with like you're with someone together 3 or 5 years. Of course, you've spent a considerable amount of time in their space, in your space, right, with each other. So that would pretty much give you the idea of how that would, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
would get an idea for their living habits and things of that nature. You know?
Someone on the internet did mention how, especially for men, you know, a couple who moves in together,
Yeah.
a man admitted that because they moved in, he wasn't so keen on asking for her hand in marriage
Yeah.
because he already reaped all the benefits. So like, what's the point in getting
Yeah,
married?
Yeah.
Why buy the cow when you could get the milk at the
Yeah,
store?
like literally, if you are, but you know,
What, the
like
house?
besides that,
Hey,
you know,
be
like
like that though.
I honestly think because me personally, I not only wouldn't I wouldn't feel comfortable with moving in, like living somewhere either permanently or long term with like my girlfriend or whatever. I wouldn't even have a female roommate. Like all, and that's just me personally. All that does is open up problems, you know, because like, well, on the roommate side, the female roommate, you don't, things could happen and it could go south from there, and then
it could be
right,
irritating.
and if you're living with your girlfriend, if you're living with your girlfriend and she's living with you, whatever, and you depend on each other for rent, you can't keep
Well,
up rent
also,
by yourself.
Another
That
thing you
person
gotta,
leaves. What are you gonna?
well,
Right?
you
What are
gotta,
gonna
you
do?
gotta take note on the fact
Okay,
she's not
yeah.
even on the deed.
Yeah, right. She's
So
not
at any moment he could cut her to the curb.
exactly.
And that seems like what he's trying to do because he's trying to get as much money. But
Yeah,
we gotta
she has no
keep the
security,
rotation
right?
going
Okay,
on.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like the reason why I believe you should get married before you live together is because you need that security. Because
Okay.
that's what like, you know, the things that what divorce used to be for. Like when you broke up, because it used to be the woman was a stay at home, the father was a breadwinner, right?
Yeah.
And so because the woman didn't have anything, when they got divorced, it made sense that she gets something because she spent all her time being a homemaker.
Yeah, she
Okay.
sacrificed.
Right?
Right.
So if you're gonna be with that person, it makes sense that if you put the time in, you should at least get something out if you guys didn't work out.
Yeah, she's
You
basically
know?
going into a situation handicap. But
Yeah.
on that, I do want to get into our next and final topic. Okay. And again, make sure if this is your first time tapping in, you hit that like, you hit that subscribe button. Let us know what you think about our recent conversation as we get into this new one. Relationship status. I saw a post the other day that goes, a lot of us are looking for that late 90s type of love, and 2023 when it's hookup culture. So my question is, hookup culture destroying the fabric of relationships and ideology of what a safe, healthy relationship is supposed to be? We'll let Nate take that one, being that she's the girl. Do you think hookup culture is cancer to lasting situations and lasting relationships in 2023?
I'm gonna
And
say
why?
I'm gonna say yes,
Why?
because the whole point of hookup culture is to reap the benefits of a relationship without actually having a relationship.
Without the
So,
responsibility.
without the responsibility.
Okay.
You know, you have this other person that you're very intimate with. I mean, physically intimate, not even
Mentally or spiritually.
yeah.
Fair enough.
And that's pretty much it. You know, at least depending on the type of situationship that you're in, one can.
Situationship.
I mean, yeah.
What a concept.
Mhm.
One can right, you know, establish, okay, you know, no holding hands in public, but we can get a bite to eat after, you know.
Secrecy.
Yeah, so some people establish rules with their hookups or situationships.
Guidelines. We call it guidelines.
Exactly, guidelines. And honestly, I just feel like it's such a waste, because it's like, you know, and there's some people who fall for it because they crave that intimacy and that closeness with someone.
Castro, sorry to cut you off, my love. Castro said, heading out, Pete. This was awesome to watch. Stay stellar. Much love from the 142 yo. We love you too.
Thank you
Make
for
sure you hit that
watching.
subscribe button. Welcome to the family. Continue, love.
But yeah, so it's such a waste because the other person only agrees to it. At least most people who agree to hookups only
Okay.
do it because they're like, you know what? Maybe I can change this person. Maybe
I can
they'll-
fix him.
Maybe I can fix them. And they're in this delusional state that they could fix their hookup partner. Like when in reality, they're not going to.
So what do you? So okay, so you answered that part. So you're against the hookup culture because you think is detrimental to your one's mental health and relationship wise. What do you think needs to happen for us to fix that?
Okay, so normally people who go into a hookup with someone, you know, they just want a quick fuck and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really want to establish any emotional relationships with this person because it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
One can argue that people who are in this state,
I'm sorry. They said they stay out spreading spiritual transmitted disease.
No,
that's real
he's
shit.
not wrong.
Dude.
That's real
He's
shit.
not wrong.
Spiritual
I never actually
transmitted
thought of it
disease.
that way.
No, because like
Yeah.
a lot of people say that, you know, when you hook up, when you take on multiple partners, right?
You take in
you
spirituality.
take on their trauma, you take
Yeah.
on their, you
It's
know,
a
and stuff
spiritual
like that. So
exchange.
like you leave a piece with them.
And then you take a piece from them.
oh yeah, I
So
agree.
continue.
And honestly, like the people who want these hookups,
Mm-hmm.
deep down, they have to heal from some sort of trauma that they're going through.
So you think they're masking it?
Yeah, some way or another. You know, everyone's different. Everyone goes through their own, you know, insecurities, traumas, and whatnot. So everyone is different. It's really a case by case. But you know, whether it be, you know, communication issues or commitment issues and whatnot, you have to like work through these things. You have to heal, because if you're not ready for an actual emotional, physical relationship with someone long
You're gonna
term,
damage them.
you are
and
just not
yourself.
only are you going to damage the other person in the hookup, but you're damaging yourself.
Facts.
And if you think you're not damaging yourself because you're like, oh, I don't waste my weight,
I'm guarded. I'm not.
I'm guarded. Oh, I'm not going to be hurt by this. You are lying to yourself to protect your feelings, because
Big fact.
deep down, when the reality check comes,
Yeah.
that shit's going to hit you in the face, and you're going to realize, wow, like it's
Well, that's why they're even doing hookup culture, because of that.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Yo, pound on that one. I agree with you 100%. What about you,
I
Ben?
think hookup culture is a plague on modern society, and it's not. It's because of the ease of being able to be intimate without actually having to be intimate and not like take on that person like seriously.
Okay.
I think what affects people the most, right? And you know, I guess you could say that. I mean, I'm a hypocrite, because me and my girl were initially that, right? A
Okay.
situationship.
But were you open-minded
Situationship.
to it?
You know, no, I was, because this is my thing.
Because I
don't
feel like if you're open-minded to the possibility, I wouldn't call it hookup culture. I would call it more of fuck around and find out.
No, yeah,
and see
because
what's
like
good.
I wasn't when we like first started talking, I wasn't
Mhm.
against the idea of having like a long-term like couple relationship, right? But,
okay.
but it's more so like, but I also wasn't gonna like fall privy to oh wow, this girl is giving me attention, right? Let me see what I can do with that. It was more so like, does this girl have a brain, right? Like
Okay.
like can I actually talk to her?
Can
Or-
she make me laugh?
yeah, can she make me laugh? Yeah, she's gotten better. Yeah.
Oh,
But
Oh
that's
my
just that's
God.
just my own personal biases, because I don't think women are funny. So I guess you could call me a bigot for that. That's just me personally,
Okay.
you know. But like right, and so me and her were talking. We met in July, and we were talking for a bit, and then in late December, I asked her to be my girlfriend, right? Because I was like, if I'm gonna keep spending my time with this girl, I'm not gonna do it in a way that's not.
Well, time is precious,
no,
so you don't want to
exactly.
waste time and get into it.
I'm not gonna do it in a way like it. Like I don't. I can stand being around this girl, so why not? Why not?
Aw.
Why not? I just make it to
You're
where
such
it
a
makes
romantic.
sense, right? I'm so sweet. Where it makes sense that I continue to hang around her, right? And so I asked her to be my girlfriend, and that's how it works out, right? And it doesn't always work out like that, right? When it comes to the hookup culture or whatever, right? because things can start out
fire
that
and
way.
brimstone.
Right. Things can start out that way and become something, or it just ends in a fizzle, right? And I think, to what Nat was saying, you don't give yourself the time to process being intimate with someone if like you're with someone and then it doesn't work out because of course you guys don't have anything. You don't have anything really, just sex, and then you go on and you find the next person to have sex with.
There's no
Like,
actual genuine
literally,
connection.
it fucks with you mentally, men and women, and you'll see on the red pill and the manosphere nonsense of like, oh, how men can bang as many women
That's
as
bullshit.
they want. It doesn't do anything.
That's
yes,
crazy.
Yes,
That's
it
bullshit.
does. Because
That's bullshit.
if you turn yourself out as a man, then you just start seeing women as a commodity. Like
You screw yourself out
I
of something
guess
that
there
could be
are-
genuine.
I guess there are a handful of men that were fucking whores and were able to find a woman and connect with them. But I feel like more often than not, if you're a player and you're like hooking up with women left and right, literally intimacy means nothing to you, right? And so I don't think you'll be able to actually build a healthy relationship because in your mind you're like, why am I with this chick? I could just go.
You're
I
gonna
could
look for
I could just go tag another chick tonight. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Okay.
like, and then on the side of women, it's like if you're like, if you're opening yourself up to all these men,
How valuable are you really?
yeah, like right, how can you really expect that one special person to actually take you seriously if you were fucking out there?
Well, if you don't take yourself
If
serious,
you don't take, how can I take you seriously if you don't take yourself seriously? Now, I'm not in the business of like slut shaming in regards to like body count or whatever, right?
Yeah.
My general thing is I can't shame someone for something that I've done myself. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my general rule in regards to body count, it's, and I said this before, if I really like this person, I'm not going to ask you for how many people you slept with because your past, for the most part, doesn't matter to me in regards to that. What I care about is who you are moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Because like, any number I fucking hear, I'm gonna be like, ugh. You know, any number I hear, I'm gonna go, oh fuck, really? I don't care if it was 1, 2, 3, doesn't matter.
You pull a Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, literally. Damn. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, people lie, right? So even if like they give you a number and it is truthful, you could in the back here like,
It's
oh,
still gonna mess with you.
It's still gonna mess with you. So I'm not right. I know that my girl wasn't a virgin before we met, but as far as I'm concerned, she was a virgin before we met. You know what I'm fucking saying?
Mine was.
So
That's an ongoing joke.
Yeah. So that's how that works. I think hookup culture is depending on the individual, and more often than not, people abuse it, and that's gonna turn out the way it is in the future. And there are gonna be a lot of lonely people in the future, and that's just how that goes.
All right. What about you, Josh? What do you think, my G?
I want to have a hot take.
Let them and cook it up, my G.
So I think it's kind of a fallacy. I think
Okay.
that hookup culture has been a thing. It's just is more out there and people are more open to talk about it.
And marketable now.
Yeah, because like for
Okay.
instance, when anybody went to college, they were to have their fun,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I think everybody's just having their fun out and open. And in college, it's now documented, right? I remember what was a FAMU tape,
Yeah.
right? And that's just the having the fun,
Christ.
right?
Yeah.
So I
Girls
think,
gone wild.
yeah, girls
Now,
going
what
wild.
You do
But the
today,
thing is,
you live with
Yeah.
years later.
but now it's the culture now that it's actually looked up upon.
I'll say this though, yeah, it's being sensationalized. I feel like more people are feeding into it than before. Because I'm not gonna say that there weren't people hooking up, right? Everybody fucks, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Everybody fucks, but I think it's being popularized now to fuck with no strings attached.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
think that happened.
no, like
Yeah.
Because you look at, like, for instance, you look
Mhm.
at the pandemic of what they say, single mothers,
yeah.
Yeah.
right? I feel like the younger generation, because they see how much we're wilding
yeah.
and our parents were wilding,
Follow suit.
they're not even following suit. They're doing less.
You think so?
In China right now, they have a thing where literally people are abstaining. They're saying in more. They're not being social. They're not buying stuff.
Yeah.
It's our generation that's buying stuff. So I think
We're the consumers. Okay.
we're the consumers. So I think the next generation is not going to be like that.
Okay.
No, yeah, like
if I could take it, right? When you talk about hookup culture, I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I'm more on the neutral side because you have to understand, and I don't mean to go on a spiritual rant, but as I tell you guys, we're all forms of energy. We either activate each other, we deactivate each other. And like you were saying, for a lot of these red pill guys saying, oh, you can have multiple women. And I told you guys before, I have a homeboy, he slept with so many chicks. He actually has a good girl now, and it's driving him crazy because of all the experiences that he's gone through. She cannot satisfy him because he doesn't even know what satisfies him anymore.
Yeah.
There's always a repercussion to every decision.
It's a
that's
slippery
made.
slope.
It's a very slippery slope. Now, mind you, if you're gonna do the hookup culture, the reason why I can't go against it, I'm 36, bro. This shit's been going down since day one. Has it always been glorified? To a certain degree, not where it is now because of the way social media is ran and whatnot. But if you're gonna talk about why it's hurting, a lot of us already come from trauma. A lot of us really want something that's real. And when you talk about hookup culture, the cancer from it is those individuals are fucking each other and they only fuck each other. So the negative side that comes from it that we see at display is because they're fucking with the Ray Rays and the Pookies, and they're fucking with the Sharkeishas and the Christine Rocks.
Yeah.
You know, so for the average Joe like ours, it's a way, I feel like people fuck with the hookup culture and a way to protect themselves from not being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care what anybody says, and you guys could call me out on this. When you have two individuals messing with each other, somebody's going to have stronger emotions out of the two.
Yeah.
Every single time. It does not matter how you want to put it. Out of the two, somebody's going to start feeling that person on a level where it's like, yo, I really like this girl, or I really like this girl.
You know what the script says: when a heart breaks, no, it don't break even.
No,
even.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I supposed to do when the best part of me was always you? And what am I supposed to say when I'm all choked up and you're okay? I'm falling to pieces. Yeah.
So, y'all got that one.
Yeah, for real.
No, but the thing with hookup culture, because when I saw that post, a lot of us was looking for that 90s love. As a single man myself, you have to understand it's a form of responsibility. And again, I know a lot of women are gonna be like, oh, but men do it, so we should be able to do it too. But that's not how we naturally are. You know what I'm saying?
Like
We're
how-
not naturally built that way.
Like
We're
how my
not.
mom said, if Fulanito's gonna jump off the cliff, are you gonna follow him?
Yeah.
No,
I don't think so.
And if it's in the canal, yeah.
Well, think about it this way: for
you never jumped in the canal,
everybody
you know what I'm saying?
knows
Hell no.
somebody
Oh, really?
who's into the hookup culture. We all know somebody
Yeah.
who's dabbling in that. And when they talk to us and share their experience, it throws us off. Like, why are you even doing
But
that?
here's the thing, though. I'm gonna be honest. I used to be envious of that. I used to be envious of like my boy. A few of my friends, like not a few, like maybe one or two, were like when Tinder was really starting to pop off in like I guess like 2017 to like 2020 when Tinder was really popping off. And like I remember my boys would always tell me like, yeah, man, you know, I think I've hooked up with like 15 girls already on this app or whatever. And I remember being like, and you know, I'm being a kid, I'm a teenager. I'm like, damn, man, why can't I get pussy as easily as these guys? What am I doing wrong?
Thing is, what's the point of getting pussy at a large scale if the quality is horrible?
No, I mean, but there's a thing, you learn that later in life, right?
Yeah.
I remember, like, dude, I shit you not, in all the time that I've been using a dating app, I've only ever hooked up with one girl off of a dating app, and all the time that I've had that.
I mean, well, that's the thing that, so when we talk about the younger generation, that basically comes down to it, I think it's more that we got to take note to it, because if we don't really get ahead of this, you're going to lose that fabric. And that fabric is very delicate to how we operate as a society, especially when it comes to these younger kids. And that's why I say I can't be the one that said, oh, that's wrong, but I also can't be that it's right. I honestly believe hookup culture is a way that we form to protect ourselves, because a lot of us have been hurt so many times. So before we close out,
but I also think it's FOMO. Like literally, I believe, like I was saying before, I was envious and I wanted to see what was out there, you know.
But you got the education to understand.
No, yeah, exactly. But not everybody has that, and that's why I think it's proliferating in the way that it is. Because it's like, damn, I want to go out there and see what it is. And here's the thing: it's a lot easier, and you'll see the statistics everywhere. It's a lot easier for women to do this than men. And I think as a result of that, like, and I think I said this before on the cast, that women are beginning to lose their mystique because of this, right? It used to be that when a man was really like the girl, he wanted to figure out what was so.
Well,
what was it about this girl that really?
Can I say this though?
Yeah.
Now that you bring that up, and I might catch slack for this, is the thing. Another thing I want to talk about why I can't really fuck with hookup culture is a lot of individuals in society are fake. And the reason why I say fake, if you like me, you're gonna make the effort. If he likes you, he is gonna make the effort. Hookup culture has now become an excuse to not be responsible. And it's used as a crutch in every single situation.
Yep.
Because let's be real, when you're interested in a man or you're interested in a girl, you make yourself available. But people look at hookup culture as a safety net of lack of responsibility and not being held accountable for the things they choose to do.
Yeah, because I didn't really like this guy. I just fucked
Yeah,
him.
I
So
just
like,
fucked him.
even though he
But you still
left
were
me,
interested.
yeah, like even though he left me, whatever. We weren't.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like that. Even though this girl stopped talking to me, it was whatever. I was just fucking her, whatever, you know. And you that happens to you enough in your life, and your heart becomes cold, and you can no longer connect with people, or at least it gets harder.
I firmly believe you never let somebody who does you wrong dictate how you live your life. So
Yeah.
on that note, before we
Yeah.
close out, I want to get everyone's final thoughts. We'll start with you, Josh. What are your final thoughts about this conversation?
I think it's a fallacy. I think it's just more prevalent right now.
Okay.
A fallacy in a fallacy in the sense that you said that
I
it
think
was always
around.
happening. No,
Exactly.
but you're not wrong. It always was. It always was.
It's just on the forefront
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Ben? Final thoughts.
You rolled the dice. Honestly, you honestly rolled the dice. You know, I because there are plenty of people who. One of my buddies, he's with his girl. They've been together for a while now. They met on Bumble. You know,
Okay.
so and he's happy, right?
That's
He's like
an exception to the
no,
rule.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I say you roll the dice. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You roll the dice, right?
Mhm.
When you decide to use these apps, because I believe that they were initially, the point of it was dating because of the pandemic, right? It was literally dating virtually, but people are like, damn, now I can just find people who want to fuck me, right? And just they just ran with that instead. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with OnlyFans. It was supposed to be something else, and now it's porn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it wasn't being used for its initial
It's been taken out of
intended
context.
right? Exactly. So nowadays you roll the dice with it, but at the same time, I do believe that the hype for hooking up has been dying down.
Mhm.
I do believe it has, and people are starting to look for more meaningful connections now. But I believe that the wave of the damage that was caused as a result of that is going to begin catching up with some people. You know,
Okay.
so we're going to be seeing the aftermath of that. So yeah, hookup culture is good and bad, but it's more bad than good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think? What are your final thoughts on it?
Honestly, hookup culture, meh, in my opinion. Honestly, like, there's no better feeling than being, physically and emotionally intimate with someone that you
Mhm.
love, that you care about. Like, you can have these hookups with these people and like not have it like mean anything.
Mhm.
But then you have your partner that you've been dating for a while and like you love this person, you care about them, and you hook up with them.
Mhm.
No,
And
you
it
don't-
just
you don't
hits
hook- you
different. I
make
mean, you don't
love.
hook up with them, you make
love.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
You don't hook up
You-
with your partner.
You make love. Yes.
So my final thoughts on it, before we close out, is as you think about hookup culture, bro, understand that whole saying, we're here for a good time, not a long time.
You know why?
And because everything's about balance, and as you choose to deal with certain individuals, you take on responsibilities. And when you get into that hookup culture, you're exposing your true colors and the content of your character. And because you're doing that, you can't take that back. There is no second chances. There is no redo. And to my boys out there, my brothers out there, my homegirls out there, the worst thing you could do is put yourself in a position where you end up being stuck with somebody 18 years to life that you don't know. 18 if that kid is smart. Life if your kid is a dumbass. So that being said, we want to thank you guys for joining us. You know what I'm saying? Let them know where they can find you, love.
You can find me on my Instagram, Natalie, 2 I's, 2 E's,
Alright.
_01.
That's what's up. Where can they find you?
Find me on
Take two.
Take two.
No,
you,
take
you
3.
can find me on Instagram, Sir Daniel Ben. You already know what it is. Pretty much find me anywhere under Sir Daniel Ben. Oh, dude, with Discord, they changed the way that usernames work now. Now you get an original username instead of like a hashtag identifier.
Mhm.
So I'm also on Discord, Sir Daniel Ben.
Where can they find you?
For sure.
Cuz
You could find me anywhere. JMR the Beast, JMRTHEBEAST.
all right. And this your gearhead, Mr. Logic himself. You can find me at Logic142 on Instagram. Also, you can find me up on I just created a Twitch account.
Did you?
Logic142. Yes, I did. And again, if this is your first time, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Our Discord will be posted to our page.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, we're gonna start doing some raffles. Yo, we want to basically get y'all integrated with us. We want to know how y'all doing. So when you guys join the Discord, please do not hesitate. Yo, this is about us being a family, making a compound where we don't walk on eggshells for nobody. If you want to basically debate with us, do virtual
Yeah.
conversations, we love to have you guys come in. And as you
Free
know,
goodies.
this is one thing for sure.
Two things for certain, baby. Let's go, Mazel Tov. Holla at your boy.
Big hearts. Big hearts.